Good morning. How the devil are you doing this fine day? Me, I am tired, yet I am oddly inspired. I did an interview last night with a Canadian entrepreneur who is reimagining the demolition business. The conversation proved to be so interesting that I barely slept last night, but I don't mind because the insight that he shared helped restore my faith in the future of this business of ours. We'll be bringing you that interview early next week. So in the meantime, let's roll that intro and get this show on the road. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. I'm your host, Mark Anthony. It's Thursday, the 14th of October, and as that remarkably persistent guy just said, welcome to the Breakfast Show. I am your host, Mark Anthony. In today's show, Volvo is embracing green steel. Construction job vacancies remain on the rise. Despe demonstrates its bottom-up demolition skills, crushing by the metre with MB Crusher. And it's a last call for survey entries on the Demolition News survey into demolition experience. We'll get to all of that in just a second. But first, let's see who among the rich and the shameless will be celebrating a birthday on this day of days.
Happy birthday!
And it's many happy returns to former US President Dwight D. Eisenhower and to former James Bond actor Roger Moore. Wow. Told you I was tired. It's also happy birthday to fashion designer Ralph Lauren and to fashion disaster Cliff Richard, to footballer Matt Letitia and to singer Usher. Happy birthday also to the incumbent gadget man Q from the Bond movies, actor Ben Whishaw. Many happy returns to them, one and all. There can be little doubt that Volvo Construction Equipment is emerging as the equipment sector's greatest and most prolific innovator. The company is at the forefront of autonomous machine development. It has one of the broadest ranges of electric-powered machines, and it's actively working on hydrogen power. And now the company has produced the world's first vehicle made from fossil-free or green steel from SSAB.
I'm extremely proud to be here today, presenting to you the world's first vehicle made by fossil-free steel. For me, Martin, this is a proof of that we can make progress. We can make quick progress in partnership and with strong partners, brave partners and bold partners like you.
And we work quick together. Imagine, we delivered this steel to you guys in August, and today we stand in front of the first vehicle produced, and it's ready to be driven and started. So it's the speed has been impressive.
It's fantastic. And when it comes to acting, I think it's so important to act, not because someone else tells us to act. We act because we want, we act because we can, and we act because we must. Because I think this is so important for our generation, but even more important for all the coming generations. And all the decisions we take, all the actions we take now will influence the future heavily. I think this is an amazing product. It's 8.2 ton. It's more than 3 ton of fossil-free steel. It's fully electric and it's fully autonomous. You talked about the speed, and the feedback I got from my team is also when it comes to the quality, the product properties, they are exactly the same as in conventional steel, so to say. And when we did our welding, when we did our cutting, we used exactly the same product processes, which is important then when we should start to scale. I must also say to our teams, both the SSAB team and the Volvo team, what a great efforts, and thanks a lot to all of you. When I saw this machine first time 2 weeks ago, then I felt this is for real now. This is happening. We can do it. And at that moment, I must tell you, that was for me very, very touching, actually.
Now, this is clearly an historic moment, and I understand your feelings, and I have the same feelings. And I think from SSAB side, we are extremely proud to be part of this partnership, and we are very much looking forward to future cooperation and things we can continue to do together.
So there you are. You can find out more about that new machine and about green steel using the link in the chat, and I'll also drop it into the description for today's show if you're watching this on Catch Up later.
Axoft and Svantec are your high-end partners for noise, vibration, dust and air quality systems, sensors and software. To find out more, visit axoft.co.uk or call 01234 639 550.
Job vacancies within the UK construction industry hit a record high in the period July to September, sparking fears of economic inflation and placing the sector's post-pandemic recovery in jeopardy. The latest data shows there were 43,000 unfilled job vacancies in the sector, the first time it's risen above the 40,000 mark since records began. This marks a rise of more than 7,000 vacancies on the previous quarter. Bizarrely and conversely, the sector also saw unemployment numbers rise by 9,000 to 62,000 in the same period. That's the highest figure since the 70,000 recorded in the period December to February earlier this year. This corresponds with a large increase in redundancies over the same time frame, rising from 5,000 between May and July to 9,000. This is the first time that redundancies have risen since February to April this year. If someone can explain to me quite how job vacancies and employment rise at the same time, I'd love to hear that explanation.
The Miller GT series heralds a new era of unrivaled power and cutting-edge intelligent coupler technology, increasing job site safety, machine versatility, and productivity. It's the added versatility that you need at the value you can afford. To find out more, visit millergroundbreaking.com.
If you're looking for equipment innovation, you can look to Volvo, as you saw earlier in the show. But if you're looking for demolition innovation, you don't look towards Sweden, you look towards Italy and those fine signores at Despe. We reported recently on how the company had exported its top-down way system to carry out the top-down demolition of a structure at the Carlsberg factory in the heart of Copenhagen. Well, now the company has popped next door to France to assist with the bottom-up demolition of a structure at the Lyon railway station. Take a look at this. whether it's top-down demolition or bottom-up demolition. Apparently, Despe has got it covered. There's now less than 24 hours left to make your voice heard on our single question survey into the amount of experience that should be required before a worker is considered for a demolition supervisor's competence card. The survey's now been running for 13 days and the picture has changed enormously based on the hundreds of responses we've received. At the outset, it appeared that the existing industry requirement, a minimum of 5 years, would be the clear and undeniable winner. Respondents so far apparently think otherwise, but there's still time for you to influence the overall outcome. You will find a link to the survey in the chat and in the description of today's show. I'm going to close the survey first thing tomorrow and bring you the initial results in tomorrow's show. We'll then commit the results to a standalone article and video, which we'll bring you early next week. So keep watching. And if you're among the many that have already responded, many thanks indeed for your input. It's an unspoken rule within demolition, construction and quarrying circles that crushed material is measured by volume in cubic meters or by weight in tons. No one measures crushed material by length. Well, that's not strictly true. One company does, MB Crusher does, and as you're about to see, they measure it in length for a very good reason. Funnily enough, that's pretty much how I eat spaghetti.
Sorry to interrupt the guy with the funny glasses, but if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button as it helps our channel. Or, better still, share this video with a friend or a colleague. Thank you. Right, back to Beardy.
Right, that wraps up the main part of today's show. I'll roll the outro in just a second and then I'll hop over into the chat to see what you've all got to say today. But just very quickly, a couple of dates for your diary. On the evening of the 28th of October, the mighty Construction Collective will assemble once again to bring you all that's hot and maybe a little bit of what's not in the field of construction and construction equipment. And as this latest show will air just a day or two before Halloween, you can expect some truly spooky content from Petrifying Peter Haddock, from Nasty Nick Drew of the Gravedigger Man blog, and myself. I don't actually have a Halloween nickname yet. Suggestions on a postcard, please. It's been a while since the three of us were together on the same show, so this one promises to be a spooky spectacular. And just to prove it, see, we're already prepared. I'm also sounding out some key industry people to see if there's a will for a live show to respond to the autumn budget that will take place here in the UK on the 27th of October. I'll keep you posted on that one. But until then, I'll be back here tomorrow morning, same time, same place for more of this old stuff and nonsense. But until then, stay safe, look after yourself, your family, your friends and your colleagues. And as ever, thanks for watching.